for joining me on my channel. Today's easy meal for the busy family is going to be pizza casserole. So if you have a kid that loves pizza as much as my son does, or you're just looking for an easy meal, then stay tuned. Here's the ingredients for what you will need for the pizza casserole. Now a lot of these can be changed out with whatever you prefer. So you use the pasta of your choice. We're using the rotini or the rotelli as this is called. We're using big pepperoni and little pepperonis, and I'll show you why here in a little bit. We're using chunky mushrooms sliced up. We're using onions and bell peppers, and we're going to cut them up smaller for extra flavor. We're using the frozen meat crumble, and we're also going to use the fresh mushroom Prego sauce. You can use whichever one you prefer, and we're using mozzarella cheese. Now all of these, the veggies can be left out. You can always add more, the same with the meat, to do whatever your preference is. First, you're going to have to cook the pasta. Now this can end up being a one dish meal. We're going to end up using two because I am going to put it in the oven, but you could always just use one pot. So first you're going to put your water in here with some salt, and you're going to bring it to a boil, and then you're going to put the pasta of your choice in there and cook it. The water is boiling. I'm going to go ahead and cut up these onions and bell peppers. Now if you have kids that do not like the vegetables, cut these up even tinier, like probably about that size or even smaller if you dare cut it that small, and put it in there, and they will never know that they're eating vegetables. I used to do this for my daughters especially because I had a hard time getting them to eat vegetables, and they never knew that they were eating the veggies that they ended up eating. Water's boiling, and we'll add our pasta to it. Add as much pasta as you need for your family. We're going ahead and we put the whole box in there because leftovers are always yummy too. We're going to let it boil in here for about 9 to 11 minutes, or until it's completely cooked. While your pasta's cooking, make sure that you are also preheating your oven, which I forgot to do, to 350. And that way, after this is all put together, you put it in the oven to melt the cheese on top. If you do two separate dishes, which we are going to do, but if you do one pot, you won't have to do that, and I'll tell you exactly what I mean here in a moment. Now it's time to dump out the water. So if you have a pot that has one of these for the lids, use that. If not, you're going to need to use a colander, whatever you call it, sorry, the bowl with the holes in it. Water is drained out from the pasta, and we're going to add in the rest of the ingredients. Now we're adding the bell peppers and the onions, and Nathaniel's being my assistant. Next we're dumping the mushrooms, and we're adding 2 cans of mushrooms because we really like it. Now we're adding the sausage and the bacon, and you can add as much or as little as you like depending on how meaty you want it.
All of it or some of it?
Now we're adding the pepperoni minis. You can add as many or as little as you like. My son really likes the pepperoni, so I think he's going to add the whole bag. Yep. Just make sure you don't leave that in there. Thank you, Nathaniel. Next, we're adding the pasta sauce. And again, you can add as much or as little as you like. We're going to go ahead and add the whole jar. Now we're going to stir it all together. It's all stirred together. We're going to put in the casserole dish. But if you were going to just leave it as one pot, sprinkle mozzarella cheese over it. You can also mix it in with it, and then you would cover it after you're done with the cheese. Put the large pepperonis on top of that, and then cover it with this, and it should melt fine. But since we're doing it in the dish, we're not going to do that. Now we're going to add the pasta and everything mixed up together into the casserole dish. Put the mozzarella cheese over the top. You may put as much or as little as you like. Again, our family is super cheesy, so we're going to put a lot on top. And now you're going to put the pepperonis, the larger pepperonis, on top.
Queso.
On the cheese, yes.
Queso.
And again, Nathaniel's my little helper and he's being super silly.
Queso.
And you could put as many big pepperonis or as little pepperonis as you'd like. Done doing that, you're going to stick it in the oven at 350 for about 5 to 10 minutes or until the cheese is melted and bubbly. And again, you can add more cheese, less cheese, more pepperonis, less pepperonis. This recipe is really up to you. And again, you could also leave it in the pot that you cook the pasta in and just cover it with the lid until it is melted.
Okay, like that.
Yes, sir. Just like that. Good job. Cheese is all nice and melted. You pull it out of the oven. Look at that. Looks so good. That's how you make pizza casserole for your family. And then you let it sit for a couple of minutes and then it's ready to eat. I hope that you and your family enjoy your own pizza pasta bake. So let me know in the comments below whenever you try this recipe. Thanks for watching. Have a great day and God bless.